All right, welcome to another craft hour. Today we are splicing photos. So you just need to choose either one or two photos and then something contrasting. You can do one photo and some contrasting paper like the ladies joining us are doing, or you can do two contrasting photos that you are going to intersperse together. So I have chosen these two photos from a vintage National Geographic. And so you can see this one is like the pastry chefs in color cooking in the kitchen. And then this is a family enjoying what they have created in black and white here. So I am going to, first of all, cut my photos to be the same size. So what I'm going to do is use my paper cutter. And you can do this by hand, but you want your papers, your images, or your paper that you're working with to be the same size so that you can layer them appropriately and not be annoyed by them being different sizes and then have to cut them all individually at the end. So since this is my smallest piece, I'm going to use it as my guideline. So did you ladies pick your pieces? What are you using?
Still working. Still deciding.
Jen, you're gonna do your
Yeah, I'm doing a foliage photo and I'm going to contrast it with these colors here. Maybe just one of them, maybe two, I don't know. I guess I could do more than one, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll cut them to size then.
All right, so I'm just gonna line these up and just use this as my guide. And if you want to learn more about this technique, you can see another version of it in my course, Capture and Create, which will be linked below. I really wish I had these photos. I would totally hang those on my wall.
Yes, those are cool. I love
They're cool.
Okay. So now I have two photos in the same size, and I am going to now just splice them up. And you can do them both the same, or if you're using multiple pieces of paper as kind of contrasting backgrounds. So like I said, Jen is using a fall foliage photo with like red, orange, and green contract coordinating papers, or you might be using two images like I am. And so you just want to cut them any way that you want. So you can do them all, like I said, exactly equal parts. You can do small and big chunks. I would start bigger chunks is your best way to go, because you can always make them smaller, but you cannot put them back together and make them bigger again. So I am just going to start, and I'm going to cut them the same size and just slice them up a few times. I'm not really measuring. And I'm going to try and keep them in order just so they're easier to work with. And you can cut them by what's going on in the photo. If there's something specific that you want to make sure you don't cut someone's head, that's fine. Or you could just throw caution to the wind and see what happens. Let's see what we came up with. I'm just going to start by laying them out side by side the way they actually go. And now you can be done. This can be it. You can just use your images, the whole image, just spread out
Oh,
with pictures in between.
I like that.
Or you can subtract things, you can add things, you can rearrange them, you can make it to where it doesn't make any sense. You can preserve your scene. So let's see, this part of her body I don't really need, so I can toss that. Let's see, I also don't need that. So I like that you can see him creating and her there eating. Again, you can see him creating and it kind of looks like she's watching him.
I like it with the two pictures. I wish I'd have done that.
That's okay, you can still add one in. Okay. So I like that you can see, look at this little kid working in there. So let's see, Grandpa is reading this newspaper. We don't really need Grandpa and his newspaper. And we don't need his newspaper. And so then we have this one last sous chef here. Do we need her? Maybe not. Maybe it's just this group. Let's see if I tossed anything that I want to bring back. Let's see if we just like Grandpa here. Maybe kind of like that he's watching. We have these two guys on the end. All right, there we go. I'm actually pretty happy with that. You can continue cutting your piece up and make them even smaller, make them different sizes. Like I said, you could just add a pop of color, just colored paper or pattern paper here. You can do just a limitless amount of things. You could use your own photos from real life. There's so much you can do. You can then glue this down on a backdrop. On a piece of cardstock, and you could frame it, you could hang it up, you could use it in your art. Let's see, I have got some pages here, so let's see. I drew this in last week's craft hour. Let's see what they look like hanging out on this. And so, and then when you go to glue them down, you could give them spacing, or you could, push them all together, let little pops of your background come in. You can arrange them staggered. So maybe you could do it to where you can see each image separately. Have it going up your page. Again, endless varieties. So go through, play around with this, and create your image splicing, and make sure you share it on Instagram and tag me at Lauren Likes Blog so I can see. And like I said, if you want to learn even more and go even deeper into this technique and more techniques to use photos in your artwork, you can join Capture and Create at any time that you want, and that is linked below.